Hey guys, welcome back to Infamous Builds. We're not gonna have any excuses today on why we haven't been uploading lately. It's just the same old, but we're trying to get better. We've had a few more projects come in, a few more projects potentially coming in. Um, yeah, just a lot of fun stuff, and we're right now in our second winter in Northern Illinois, so it's kind of interesting. Kind of sucks. Haven't been able to really fully enjoy anything yet, but without any further ado, this is what this video is about. We're going to go ahead and turn the camera around here and show you what the latest acquisition is. So here we go. We've got our 1987 Yamaha Banshee, but you can tell this really is not a normal Banshee. Like, there's a little interesting intake situation going on here. The seat doesn't fit right. The plastics are cut up. The frame doesn't look like a normal Banshee. Well, I mean, the simplest way to put this is it definitely is not a normal Banshee. I guess we'll go ahead and see if I can get this zoom in working in my favor. So what we've got here, go ahead and see it's not on here all that well. Just got done riding it, so it's a little warm also. Yeah, so that's definitely not a Banshee engine. It's in a Banshee, but it's not a Banshee engine. Banshees don't have batteries. What's this? So this is a 1987 Banshee with a 2005 Honda Superhawk engine in it. So yeah, it went from 350cc twin cylinder stock to 1000cc V-twin with a 6-speed transmission. It is absolutely gnarly. It's quite a project, and it's quite ugly, to be honest, but I got it without the seat. It needs a lot still. When I got it, it was barely even running. The fuel pump is on it. Go ahead and we won't get into the issues, but not quite yet anyways. But so I just picked it up maybe 2 weeks ago. It's been putting around the neighborhood with it. It's honestly really scary to ride. And that's coming from somebody that's used to driving 500 horsepower Corvettes that weigh little to nothing, whereas this thing weighs probably 350 pounds and makes close to 140 horsepower probably. So it's a whole other animal. But yeah, just going around it, I guess. We've got aftermarket tires on it on all four corners. It's got handlebar risers with tag metals handlebars. The handlebar risers are pretty much needed because of where the intake comes out. And we've got I can't remember what brand it is right now. It says it. I'll just roll it forward. Dura-Blue rear axle, a little bit stronger rear axle. There's a bigger chain on there too. I could be wrong on that, but a little bit beefier chain maybe. But yeah, then we've got some weird Nerf bars. They're not really the greatest ever. Just because like the attachment point here is quite awful. It's just like a metal, basically like a U-bolt going around the frame. So it's kind of weird. And then here it's pretty solid, but anyways, so I guess we'll go ahead and get into some of the negatives with it. I mean, first thing you can see, gas tank isn't up here. These plastics are all cut up. I'm not a huge fan of cut plastics. Wiring's just kind of hanging here. So start off with the wiring and get deeper into it. So the wiring is pretty much all good. A lot of connectors have been cut off, and the whole harness is out of the Superhawk, the Honda Superhawk. That's not a Banshee harness at all. There's really nothing Banshee on this. These are Superhawk controls, and it's a twist throttle now, Superhawk twist throttle. It's got the Banshee brake reservoir, but that's about it. I mean, it's a hydraulic clutch and everything else from the Superhawk. But yeah, there's no gas tank up here because of the intake situation. I really don't think we'll be able to fix that other than putting, I'll get into some of the things that I was thinking about doing in a little bit here. So the gas tank is missing. Well, there's actually a 1 or 1.5 gallon tiny little metal fuel cell up front here. Not really sure quite how I feel about that yet. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the suspension's all stock, stuff like that, custom exhaust, yada, yada, yada. It's got 87 front plastics on it, but it has either 05 or 06 rear plastics on it. And I don't remember what that seat's off of. I got it from my neighbor, who is awesome. But yeah, so right now the main issue is, as I had mentioned earlier, we've got this fuel pump down here that the previous owner built. And that's kind of an issue. So the issue is that this is for like an EFI setup. So it's meant to have some sort of metering to it, so it's able to turn itself down, but it's like running at full speed all the time. And this is a carbureted engine. It's got 2 carburetors here and here. So when I first got it, it was just overfill. It was like pushing the floats up and overfilling the engine, and it would barely run, and I didn't realize that. So kind of the ghetto fix for now is I just turn the key on, I fill the float bowls up until it's full, and then I unplug it and I just drive it around until the float bowls are empty, and then pull over and fill it back up again, which I need to fix. But so the main issue, I guess, right now is that, so the Superhawk, the gas tank is typically above the carbs, but with the Banshee you can't really do that. So I'm working on trying to figure out a solution for that, which isn't super easy, because I mean there's just not much room up there, even with the handlebar spacers and everything like that. We may make a video on maybe testing a few different ideas out. I've thought about maybe having a small external reservoir of some sort up here. Maybe combining these 2 intakes, because I really don't think it needs that much airflow to run correctly. So I was thinking about putting some sort of a small tank, or maybe even a saddle tank, and having the intake come out here. Just making more room up here, so there could be room for a small tank above here that fuel pump could pump into, rather than pumping directly into the carbs and then having a runoff back into the tank. But at the same time, this tank is only a gallon or a gallon and a half. I mean, there's not a whole lot of length, or there you won't be able to get, or I won't be able to get a lot of mileage out of a single tank is the main issue. So I want to combat that too. I've got the factory 6-pack rack for the back. I may put a temporary, like a 2.5 gallon fuel cell on there. That's not a great fix either, but there's a lot of fixes. For the price I got this for, I definitely cannot complain. This thing is an absolute monster. I've been ripping around the neighborhood. I finally got the chain was way too loose. The chain adjuster on the Banshees, I'll go ahead and show you guys where the factory chain adjuster is back here. These are typically the chain adjusters. This bolt, I have the bolt there, but it was just way too short, not doing anything. This one's also not doing anything. So this nut here, where this typically swings back, and has some adjustment to tighten the chain, it's still, I mean, it could be tighter probably, but yeah, that they had the wrong nut down there, so this was completely loose, and it was like pushed farther up, so the chain was extremely loose. And I just tightened that up today, so I'm able to put some actual power to the ground now. So now that I've been putting it around the neighborhood, I've realized that this thing really truly wants to kill me. I mean, it's quadruple the horsepower, triple the quadruple the horsepower that these Banshees came with stock. It'll beat a built Banshee with a stock. I mean, cases like like a stock Banshee engine, but maybe it's a stroker or bored over 421. It'll smoke anything like that. It's just an absolute insane machine, and I can't wait to make some more content on it. We might have to take it out to the Badlands, or Jonah and I will go riding around somewhere with it. Not exactly sure yet, but we just wanted to go ahead and introduce you to one of our new projects. I guess maybe in another video I'll make a short clip of what the history is and why I bought this. The history between me and the Banshee, and this Banshee in general, why it was built and stuff like that. So maybe I'll go ahead and film another video and get that edited up as well. But yeah, we just wanted to welcome this to the family, and I know we're not necessarily all about cars. We've had the Mavericks on the channel as well, so we figured this was also fitting, and it's some filler content, and everybody really likes, well, I mean, a lot of people like Banshees. This one's kind of a bastard, unfortunately, because it's a really rare four-wheeler, well, a fairly rare and very desirable four-wheeler, and a pretty rare Honda Superhawk that was also cut up to do this, but we'll get into that in the next video. But I just wanted to say thank you guys for tuning in again and staying with us, and feel free to share it with your friends and everything else. This is definitely something else. But anyways, thanks again for watching, guys. If you like the video, go ahead and like or share it with your friends, subscribe. Hey, anything helps. We love making this content. This is fun for us. So thanks again.